welcome to a beautiful day at the River House, and I realized I gotta talk constantly until I turn the music off, or I'm not gonna get paid my shekels for this video, which, in case you're curious, amounts to somewhere between 2 and 3 cents. Woo! Capitalism. Anyways, you'll notice I am not standing on a pile of rocks. Since the rock saw took a bit of a dumper on us, we're up here inside, even though it's warm and dry out there. We're up working inside the house, and we're gonna get some things done. First, I need to stop the heat rising up these walls, passing through insulation up and out. So while insulation does a great job of trapping heat inside the house, it does not stop air movement. So if I don't cap those walls, it will rise through the insulation, and then it'll just melt a strip right down in there. First, I paid for that heat, I want to keep it. Second, it might cause ice damage. It is a problem in the house that we remodeled. I missed an internal wall, and every winter there is a straight line melted right through, no matter how much snow, and I have ice dam issues. So we need to do with that one. We need to do with this one. We're going to need to do it with that one, and then, as is part of the plan for today, again, plan for a lot, accomplish a little. Part of the plan for today is to begin building this wall, which will isolate the kids' bedroom from the bathrooms. And then, pardon my ducking down, we can build that wall, which will isolate my bedroom from the bathrooms, and we can begin laying in the 2x6s that will essentially form the bathroom ceilings. That is way more than we're going to get done in the next couple of days, but by gosh, we're going to get on it. I'm going to turn the music back up. Oh, it's still cold in here. Welcome to the River House. Look what I found and picked up. It's being advertised out in Trout Creek. I could tell from the pictures that it was straight. And these, which are both open to dirt, salt, and sand, but yet enclosed enough to trap the water, weren't rusted out. Still got paint on the inside. That's a rare find. Jeep forward control. Imagine if the Scooby-Doo van was a four-wheel drive pickup, and you'll have an idea of what a forward control looks like. I just knew for 40 bucks that I was paying about 10% of its value, at least to a collector, probably not here. And since she was selling it for someone to turn into a bench or some art, I knew I was saving something. Anyways, I thought it was cool. And buy local, even though I haven't bought anything from them in a while. But buy local. That's it. Another day done. Started pretty late though, so we got this all the way down, and the first 4 drywall rafters, drywall screwer tour things, and I got all those in place. Told you I wouldn't get it, but I got part of it. Tomorrow is another day, but it'll be Sunday, so it'll have to be a little shorter. But, yeah, I know there's still light outside, and I'm going home anyways. But I gotta change 4 tires on a truck and pull the bearings apart on that rock saw. So, I'm gonna do that. Oh. Mostly steam. I just started it. But It is another beautiful day, and we are back here on this lovely Sunday morn to finish what we had started yesterday. So yesterday we were working on putting those vertical walls in the 2 bedrooms for the bedroom vaulted ceilings, and then dropping the ceilings here in the bathrooms and the closet. So that's the goal today. I'm gonna bite off a smaller chunk. I'm not gonna worry about air blocking it right now. I'd like to finish this, and I would like to finish that. So right, wrong, or indifferent, what I do is I come across, let's not talk about how crooked that one is. I come across and I put vertical boards between my two trusses up there. Now that's wood that I have cut down to 2 inches so that it doesn't stick quite so far up into my insulation bay. And then from those, I put these vertical risers. Literally all they are accomplishing is sheetrock. That's all it's doing. And in this room, it's not even sheetrock on both sides. It's just sheetrock on one side. So there will be nothing screwed to these faces here. Just this face here. Make sense? There may or may not be insulation in there. To be totally honest, I haven't really worried super about whether they're tipped side to side. I mean, I get them as close as I can with the level and whatnot, but I'm not too fussed about it. But forward and back, I try to keep that perfectly special, or at least in this case, this side, perfectly specially straight. Because as I said, the other side doesn't actually matter. I feel like I'm getting a mugshot. Ooh, lumpy face. Super attractive. It's where I store all the extra cool, apparently. So let's get on this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't follow me. All right, they're in. They they vary in width by ½ an inch from that side to that side, but no big deal. 14.5 feet, just holding up sheetrock. I don't know. Got some measurement wrong somewhere, but they are in, and I've got even the nailing flange right there. Notice some stuff I gotta fix, like for instance, that nailing flange does not go all the way up. Need to fix that, I think. And I'm getting ready. Starting over here, and I'm putting it off because I don't want to move all that stuff again, but I guess I got no choice. I got my boards cut or whatnot. This is such a fiddly thing, and I'm continually sure that it's not doing it quite right, though I do think it will work, and that there are somehow faster, easier ways, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I also just finished an Audible book. No sponsor, but it was a freebie. If you have Audible, it's downloadable right now. Frenemies, Rivals, Frenemies That Changed the World. Shay's gonna love it. Little book about, you know, fights throughout history. Burr and Hamilton, the dinosaur wars, stuff like that. Good fun. Lots of silliness and an occasional fart joke, so he's gonna love it. But enough whining. Back to work. The brown turd here is sporting a new pair of sneakers. Literally the cheapest, like, all season aggressive tires I could find. They were cheaper than recaps. But they're also in the world's cheapest size, right? 235, 75, 15. That is the cheapest size for tires. They're not even Chinese. They're Indonesian. But whatever. The old ones failed. Because the cracks in the sidewall had become so bad, it had started to leak. So somebody who was running tires whose sidewalls started to leak from weather checking probably is in no condition to complain about Indonesian tires. But I do wish they didn't have all this insanity on the sidewalls. And this is the calm sidewall. On the other side, the logo itself is almost as chunky as the tread. But yeah, so here's hoping the old turd runs long enough to wear them out. Done. Nice. And you'll see I also put in blocking right down the center. I know I've been told it wasn't required, but oh boy, did it stiffen everything up, including all these walls that it's attached to. I'm sure there's still some variances back and forth up there, but it's just holding up sheetrock. This, however, man, that space is both really large and really small all at the same time. I mean, it's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet shorter than the other space that we turned into an attic zone. I just hate walling it up, but I don't know. This house will not be short of storage, so one way or the other. I do still need to carry the blocking. The rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I gotta enter 6 more, but then. Yeah, so now when the weight comes down, those trusses cannot flex side to side anymore. So it should be much stronger. And since I want to make it so the roof doesn't actually slide snow, it's gonna sit up there with some weight on it. So maybe this will help keep it from popping drywall, cracking drywall joints in the wintertime. Obviously, if I'm going to do it, it needs to be done in the big ones. And it probably should have had 2, not 1, but then even 1 wasn't necessary, so it's got to help. Oh, it's got to help. And I know, like I said, it stiffened everything up, so the house doesn't rattle when doors close and whatnot. Okay, now what to do? And we're done. So I got that board across there in place, and I attached structures to pick up the drywall. I have the blocking all the way in place to that far wall and all the way out to there, which is the farthest I could move the rolling scaffolding without taking the brace out. In here, the blocking continues all the way across the entire building, and oh boy, did it, oh, we're back to the lumpy light. Makes a feller feel a mite cancerous. But continues all the way across and it really, really stiffened that up. At least somebody got their wall built. And of course, we have this end here done. So a fair bit of wood moved around, a fair number of screws driven in. What a wonderful break from that damn rock saw where you battle all day, and you've made such a small little dent. Every dent needs to be dented though, so we'll get there. I have quite the pile of my brother's floor joists left over. Not sure what exactly that'll be used for, but I don't see a need for them up in here again. I got 3 more rafters over there to do. 4 more rafters over there to do. Or whatever these vaulted ceiling flatteny outy bits. But after that, that's done too. I don't know. Saved me a bunch of money, and I was able to build a bunch of this with a truckload of old concrete form 2x4s, because they had a wide variance of widths, right? Because they just did. We cut them ourselves. But on these 2 end walls, I only needed it to line up on one side. Score. I'm not going to let myself say, oh God, there's the cancer again. I'm not going to let myself say that things are coming together, because, yeah. But things are coming along. Next few big challenges. The interior walls in that bathroom need to be put on the floor and stood. For the moment, it's been left open so that we can work easily and shove the rolling scaffolding and stuff like that through. But that needs to be done. And then I suppose the next would either be heating. Got heat ducts that got to be put in. You know, I really think propane will be definitely not a primary, right? It'll be most definitely a secondary behind the wood. But on the other hand, you know, it's nice to have that backup. What I do know is that I didn't really design the house to accommodate ducting, so that should be interesting. Interesting thing for me to get figured out. I think we're gonna run some columns up a few closets. We got some closets that overlap each other, and I suspect that's where the big trunk lines will come through. Dad's coming down next week, and he is going to get me started on wiring. So we'll take one room start to finish on that, so that I have a template that I can then copy. Get that out of your eyes. So another thing to work on, and I have to put a call in on the electrical permit, because the place I want to put my power box is 3 inches too short. They say it needs to be 6'6", and I am 6'3" down there in the basement. However, I do own a rock saw, and I'm more than capable of cutting a hole in the floor to get my technicality, and then mixing up some concrete and dumping it in there. So I got to figure out, I need to give him a call and find out, you know, are we talking an absolute hard and fast make or break it line in the sand, or a set of guidelines? So if it's a make or break it line in the sand, then Captain Technicality here is going to cut that hole out and hand mix a little concrete down there in the bottom in the basement, so that we have technically 6'6", even if you have to step down. Doesn't say anything about that, so should be good to go. Really tightened it up putting that bracing in. What time is it? Geez, 4:40. Well, it's Sunday, and I still got to go to work and do a week's worth of lessons and a week's worth of grading. So I think I'm going to call it quits. It's not a full day's work, but somehow it still feels like it. Thanks for watching.